All right, here we go, people. Welcome back once again to the Frugal Survivor channel. On this video, I'm going to give my review of the WEN 11,000 watt DFT generator. I bought that generator back in 2021 after we had the Antarctic freeze all across the U.S. And we were in this house, my wife and my two small kids. They were that was 3 years ago. So 6 and 2. And it was freezing cold for about 4 to 5 days, I believe. And no electricity, no power for 4 or 5 days. I got to give a big shout out to my wife during that time because she was able to handle the kids, handle the house, keep everyone safe and warm because I had to go into work during that time as well. So a big shout out to her for handling the kids in the house, keeping them safe and warm. So right after that, I said, no, I don't want the little ones to have to go through that again. If it had just been me and the wife, then we would have been able to tough that out. But with the little ones, I didn't want to have to go through that, so I went searching on the internet and found the WEN generator, 11,000 watt. And I think I found a review on the Pilot Patriot channel on that, and maybe one other. And I said, you know what, that's a good deal, good price, so I'm gonna go for it. I believe, well, no, I just looked at it. With taxes, I paid $955 for that generator. I'm sorry, I had this in my hand. I was just gonna try to show you guys the picture of it. Let's see. Well, this is not actually my generator, but it's a picture of it. And I'll put a picture of it on the thumbnail. Yeah, that's it right there. Let's see what else. So I paid $955 for that generator. And I also had an electrician come in and put the generator flip switch on my fuse box. And I had a 50 amp cord and I have a 30 amp cord to go along with that. And that was a total of $800 for the generator plug on the fuse box, the 50 amp cord, and the 30 amp cord. And we also just double checked and relabeled the switches in my man, what is the box called? Anyway, in my electrical box. I did it when I first moved in, but we just went ahead and double checked everything on there. So it's dual fuel. It has gasoline and propane. When you're using gasoline, you have 11,000 watt surge. So if I'm not mistaken, that's whenever something is first starting, it has to start. And then it has 8,300 running watts. That's with gasoline. When you switch to propane, that goes down a little bit. So with propane, you have, I hope I didn't say protein, but propane, you have 9,500 surge watts. So that's what minus 1,500 from the 11,000. And then with your running watts, it's 7,500 from the 8,300, which is not bad. That's only, what is that, 800 running watts that you lose with propane. It's a 6.5 gallon or 6.6 gallon gas tank. It does real well on gas. Man, I think I can get at least 8 hours on a full tank of gasoline. And while I'm talking about gas, let me say this: do not use cheap gas in there, because the first time I used it, I used cheap gas. It works fine, it'll run fine on cheap gas, but when you go to store it, I guess it gets all gummed up. And I even put some of that stable in there, and that didn't do anything because I think after 3 months, I said, man, let me start this generator. But I was out in the shed one day, it didn't want to start. So I had to go in there and take the carburetor apart, and just blow on it or whatever and put it back together, and it started up just fine, running fine. I let it sit again about another month or two, try to start it back up, same issue, had to take it apart. So what I did, I bought gas treatment and put it in there, and the next time I needed it, I just ran all of that gas out of there. I bought gas treatment and I bought some seafoam spray to spray it out real good. And the next time I needed it, I ran all of that gas out of there, and it started up just fine after that with the gas treatment in there. And then the other time that I've needed it, I've used nothing but 93. Well, here recently for the Hurricane Barrel, we had to use it, and I may have had to put 91 in there. I wanted to go to that what is that, ethanol, whatever that gasoline is, but the HEB by my house didn't have it, and I wasn't about to drive way out to Buc-ee's. I say way out to Buc-ee's, not that far, but I wasn't about to drive out to Buc-ee's to get that ethanol gasoline. Let's see, it has, how many of those, was that 120 volt GFCI outlets? It's four of those, and it has the little amp shut-off switches on there, your 30 amp and your 50 amp as well. Has rolling wheels. It's not that difficult to move around, but I have a ramp on the shed. It's not difficult at all. What else? It came with its own bottle of oil, and there was one gentleman that he recommended you buying the magnetic dipstick for the oil when you're doing a break-in period on there, because there could possibly be some little metal shavings in there. So I did that, and I just keep that that magnetic dipstick in there at all times now. I don't know if that's a good thing or what. Y'all let me know what you think. That review, it can pretty much power my whole house. The only thing is I cannot wash or dry with that, but during the power outage, I don't plan on washing or drying. I guess if I shut off the air conditioner or shut off the heater and then just ran the washer and dryer, I could do it that way. But my main concern was when choosing this generator was, could it power my air conditioner or the heater, and it does that. I can run the lights, TV, Wi-Fi, all of that good stuff, refrigerator and the deep freezer with that generator. And like I said, that was the main concern. Any issues? No issues. Well, there was one small issue during Hurricane Beryl that just passed a month or two ago, but it wasn't anything to do with the generator. That was an operator error on either mine or my wife's fault, because that plug, it's a big plug. If you ever seen the 50 amp plug, the thickness of it, man, it's like a rod that's in your closet. It's thick like that, and it has 4 wires in there to screw on to the 4 prongs. So I guess it had been dropped a couple of times. I know when I was showing my wife, she had kind of let that plug hit the ground kind of hard. Not blaming her or anything, just saying what happened. So I went to plug it in, and there's a little spark. I was like, man, what was that all about? And I wasn't getting a good power output from there. We just come back from eating. We went out to eat that night because we were tired of being at the house, because that was like the 3rd day. I was full. At night it was about 10 o'clock. I had to go to work. So luckily, when my electrician was doing everything, I said, man, let me, look and see what you're doing, because I need to know these things. And I remembered that it was difficult to get those wires in that plug seated properly. So I said, let me take that apart in the dark, headlamp on, and I took it apart, and sure enough, the neutral, I think it was a neutral, one of them was had come loose. So I had to pull 3 wires apart from the screw that was holding them on the plug to put that one back in, and I checked the other one, and I think it was good. And then after that, hey, no issues whatsoever. So I think that's all that I wanted to say on that. I've been very pleased with it. Um, I thought that I had to start it once a month. I believe that's the recommendation is to start it once a month. But I'll go every 2 or 3 months because I've been using that 93 octane in there. It's kind of loud, but not that loud. When you're in the backyard with it, it's loud. But once you close the back door, you really don't hear it. And if you move to the front of the house, you don't hear it. What else? That's it. Very pleased with it. 3 years now. Don't have a lot of hours. Let me see. Hurricane Barrel. Was that about a good 3 days? I think I ran it for about 16 to 18 hours straight. Let it take about a 2-hour break, and then started it back up. And then we had a few other power outages where I had to run it maybe anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, and no issues whatsoever. So that's my review on the WEN, WEN 11,000 watt dual fuel generator. I believe, hold on, a little back history. I think that it is an American company who maybe, I think it's all American. Maybe it's a Chinese and then American purchase. I don't know. But if you're interested in that generator, just look up that little tidbit of history on there. But I think you'll be satisfied with that generator. So thank y'all for tuning in to the Frugal Survivor channel. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Thanks.